like 20 minutes from breakfast. That's right, I'm in Germany. Whee! First off, happy birthday to Anna and Laura. I hope you spend the day doing cool stuff, maybe tending the field that you now own, or mowing the grass, or building some kind of big business, you big land owners, you. This week, a lot has happened, so here we go with my week in review. First off, let's just go back to the airport and get some people's first impressions of the country that is Germany. Chuck, first impressions of Germany.
Drink a Red Bull.
Yeah.
Not as much as I know.
You don't have to speak in German. It's just first impressions of Germany. So Red Bull, they have Red Bull, which is good.
They have Red Bull. It tastes different. It's fine.
It tastes different. All right, so that's an observation. What other observations do you have?
Not good, not bad, just different.
It's not good, it's not bad.
I totally just like fucked up my conversation with
the lady at the cash. I saw you talking to her for a little while.
Yeah,
she was holding your money for a long time.
Well, and I was like trying to make small talk with her, and she just like was not interested.
Really?
Yeah, and yeah, she was just like, "What the hell are you doing?"
Like, wasn't having it.
Yeah, she just was not having it, and she just.
Did you say like, "How are you doing" or something?
No, I was like,
German?
I started off trying to speak German, and then she like said something to me, and I was like,
"Uh-oh."
Yeah.
They responded.
I said something. I was like, and she's like, oh, and she like switched to English. And then she was like talking to me in English, and I was like, oh, okay. And I like tried to make small talk with her. She was like, screw that.
First attempt to
No,
take
she said something
somebody
too. Like I asked her some questions. She was like, oh, okay, and like gave me my change, and I walked off.
Yeah,
Please
it was
leave now,
super
Meg.
awkward. The bathroom was a freaking mess.
Did you go to the bathroom?
Yeah, it was all just messy.
Torn up?
Yeah.
Like a hobo had a hobo
Germans
party
were
in there?
supposed to be orderly, aren't they? Like
It's still an airport.
Yeah, it is
still
an airport.
they did have this like little thing in the airport, in the bathroom, where like if you had a problem with the bathroom, you could like say what your problem was. Like there were like a bunch of options, like toilet paper everywhere, smells bad, stuff all around the sink. Like there were like a bunch of options. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you mark it?
I couldn't figure it out, and like the other Germans were looking at me like, yeah.
Like,
I've had some
American doing?
interesting like, oh my god.
And you've only been here for like less
And
than
I've
30
been here
minutes.
for like
So far, as being a young ambassador of the United States of America and Germany, you're doing an awful job.
Yeah, right now I've
saying.
been a shit ambassador.
Yeah.
Lately.
All right, so this, I guess, is something funny that didn't happen to me, but happened to Scott. He was looking for the bathroom, and he didn't know how to say it. So he just goes up to a random person and says, Amerikaner, toiletta.
Is that what he said?
And I even told him how to say it. I just say, Bo is die toiletta. And he couldn't remember that. So he just goes up to a random German and just says, Amerikaner. And he's just like, it's over there. The German guy's just like, it's over there. One cool thing, Chuck there that was just speaking, he's doing his own video thing, and I'll try and figure out a link and put it in the description below, but he's going to do a video every single week of a conversation that he does only in German. He has no prior German speaking abilities, and hopefully at the end of the year, after each week of doing these videos, he's going to be completely fluent, and you'll be able to kind of track how he progresses. So make sure you check that out. Mickey Ming was the one that first did that, called the Learn to Talk Show, and so Chuck is now the predecessor of that. So check that out. All right, Alaska, what are some of your first impressions of being in Germany in the 10-20 minutes that you've been here?
The air smells better than DC.
Catherine, what about you? First impressions, 20 minutes.
Germany?
Yeah.
Yep.
Probably the same, honestly.
Smell. Have you interacted with any locals, natives?
No.
No.
I've seen them.
You've seen them from a distance.
I
You've observed them.
watched.
You've watched them.
I went through security, and I kind of thought that I was asked questions in security.
Yeah.
Apparently, like I handed my passport, and the customs.
Yeah.
He turns to the other guy, speaks a bunch of words in German. They kind of have a little conversation, Then he just stamps it, hands it back to me.
Yeah.
Absolutely don't care about we the world.
Yeah.
You just like, oh, you know.
Well, like the guy behind me, he was in our group. I don't know who it was. I don't remember. But he was like, don't you have to like claim all your stuff that you're bringing in, like food and stuff? And I'm like, no, this is in America. They don't care about that. So for anyone else that might be watching this that has also been to Germany, let me know what other first impressions you had of Germany, like right when you first got here. Like what's different about Germany or similar compared to America or wherever you live. I don't know who watches my videos. Probably nobody. So right when we got to Germany, we went to another town, Bodenheim, and we went there by bus. So here's kind of the ride to Bodenheim and kind of the sum. Again, more first impressions. Woo, here, check it out. We are now on the Autobahn in the unrestricted speed zone.
On a bus.
On a bus though, so we're going like 60 miles an hour. Check it out!
And all our security went down, that would be really bad. But there's like some labs.
Look at all the cars go zooming by. We're rolling up to our place and it's a freaking castle. Check this out.
So guarded.
So yeah, that place is called Castle something or another. I can't remember the name, but it wasn't really like from medieval times. It was built in like 1903. So maybe by American standards that's old, but like European standards, it's like brand spanking new. After we had some orientation in Bodenheim, we got on our individual buses to go to the cities in which we would be taking our language school portion of the program. Myself, I was on a bus going to Saarbrücken, and the first night there, met my host parents, host family, super nice, they're awesome, and that night there was a festival going on downtown Saarbrücken, and so we went with my host brother and his girlfriend, and we saw a German AC/DC cover band. And let me just say, a German accent trying to interpret an Australian. It's pretty funny. But here's a little clip of the concert, as well as some of the other stuff that was happening on the Saar River. There was a boat with some fire dancers and cool stuff happening, and there's a bunch of booths with food and beer and stuff set up. So yeah, here, check this part out. My host father's brother, so my host uncle, and his son, so my host cousin, were also in town this weekend, and we ended up going to a Saarbrücken Fußballspiel, a European League soccer match, and it was awesome. They were playing Bremen. Saarbrücken ended up winning 3-1, which is a pretty big upset considering Saarbrücken was in League 3 and Bremen was in League 1, and we killed them 3-1. It was awesome. Even got a goal on video and everything. Check it out. So before the game started, there was a couple of paratroopers, 4 to be exact, that came and swooped down and landed on the field. And so yeah, let's just hurry this up real quick, just for some time purposes. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Good job, gents. Yeah, so European Soccer League matches are completely different than any kind of American sporting event whatsoever. Here's the Saarbrücken fans. They're like, yeah, woo, we're Saarbrücken, we're going to support our home team, but you know what, we're probably going to get killed because we're in League 3, they're in League 1. But then, here's the Bremen fans, just going nuts the entire game. They got flares, which are definitely not allowed in America. They got big old banners waving around. They're cheering literally the entire game, like there was no pause or letdown whatsoever until like the end of the game, and they're getting beat anyway. So the game was pretty exciting as far as a soccer game can go. I'm not a huge soccer fan. I really don't know the rules. I don't know what's going on. It's not a lot of scoring, but there's a lot of close goals. At the end of regulation, it was 1-1. So going in overtime, there was this corner kick, and Saarbrücken they missed the header into the net. But then this guy comes around, as you can see, and it just kicks it in and just kind of dribbles a little bit past the goalie. It goes in, and the crowd was just going crazy, just going nuts, absolutely nuts. Then there was one more goal at the end of the game, just for shits and giggles, but yeah, I didn't get that one on film because I was already excited and really hot and tired of standing and just wanted a glass of water. And then at the end of the game, something that I've never seen at a American football game is that the police had to be called because the Brandon fans were trying to tear down the fencing and storm the field and just wreak havoc. It was just so awesome. So a couple of other things that happened this week. I started language school, obviously, and we've only had like 3 real days of instruction. The other 2 were just kind of like fill out paperwork kind of stuff. But like I can already feel my language skills just like dramatically improving. I only speak German at home. My host mom doesn't even know any English. My host father does, but he's not like great at it. And so yeah, we always speak German. And the really cool thing is like I'm just picking up stuff like on my own, and like I'm starting to be able to tell like what's like bad German, like when you say something it just doesn't sound right, and I'm already starting to do that. I've only been here for like a week, which is really, really cool. A couple of the other nights I've hung out with one of my host brothers, Marcus. We go to this church just down the street, and we were playing beer pong like in a little like plaza, like just right out behind the church, and drinking beers, and it was really cool, real fun. I had no idea what him and any of his friends are really talking about because they speak just super fast and they got a little bit of a dialect, but yeah, they're all really nice, you know. They try to include me in some of the conversations, but sometimes it's nice to just sit there and just listen to other people talk. It's really humbling when you can't communicate with people, but yeah, you want to. So anyway, that's pretty much what's going on here. A lot of big stuff coming up next week. Tomorrow I'm going to a festival concert with one of the other PP peelers, and on Friday I'm going to Frankfurt for a PPP barbecue. So stay tuned for that, and I will see you guys next week. Ciao.